got this off of eBay the other day. Somebody had mentioned it on one of the forums that I follow, and so I looked it up. It's made by Retrobit. They also make other controllers and various accessories. Not the greatest quality or anything like that. I found this one on eBay from Crazy Deal Guy, looks like. Wasn't super impressed because this is all I got, and it was not in a padded mailer or nothing. It was just in one of those gray plastic bags, you know, and I got the blister pack plastic but not actual box for it or anything. One of the things I heard was that this connector right here is not well mounted in the receiver, and you need to take it apart and hot glue it in. But after really looking at mine, this one is actually in there quite well. But the main thing that I was interested in is this is for a Super Nintendo, and what a lot of hardware guys know is the same chip is in the Super Nintendo controllers as is in the Nintendo controllers. So it's possible that I could just add maybe a pigtail off of a Nintendo controller to this receiver and plug it into a Nintendo and use this controller as a wireless receiver for Nintendo, or wireless controller. It is RF wireless, it's not infrared. It's supposed to work from 20 feet away. Seems like a short distance for RF, but whatever. But I'm going to test it out on the Super Nintendo first, just to see if it works and everything, and then I'm going to pop it open and see what else is going on in there. Okay, after more than several minutes of screwing around trying to get these things to sync, I finally had to go on the internet and look for instructions. And luckily somebody posted a review on Amazon.com and posted the instructions how to do this. It is not intuitive. There's a button on the receiver that says connect, and then there's just this on-off switch on the controller, which again, more Chinglish, it does not say off, it says OF and ON. Ridiculous. And the battery compartment is not, it's not labeled what size batteries go in it, but it's pretty obvious. It's just two AAAs. And of course, like I said, I only got this blister pack of plastic from the seller, so no instructions came with it, no box, no nothing. But it was free shipping, and this set was $20, so I can't complain too much as long as I can get it to work. So you're supposed to turn the console on with the receiver in, turn the controller to on, hold select and start down until it's flashing, and then hold down connect on the receiver until it flashes, which this is already gave out. So now I guess I'll try it again. Okay. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Let's see if I can just... I don't know. I don't get it. I've had the receiver flashing, but I don't remember what I did to get it that way. Ugh. Finally. I don't know what I did different, but now that they're both solid, it's supposed to be fine. Oh, it even blinks a little bit when you're pushing buttons. Of course, I can't get it to go to the main screen here. By the way, I've never been a Super Nintendo mega fan, so I never had one. I never played the games a lot. So when I say, you know, the controller feels good or whatever, don't take my word for it. I think I just got out of the main menu there. I mean, I have really big hands, so I already don't like the way this feels. You know, I mean, I've got all this space here that I could be holding on to something. You know, I mean, I like the 360 controller a lot because I can hold on to it. There's almost nothing here to hold on to. I hit select. I think it's trying to start. That's okay. You really got me. Well, start did hit pause anyway. I don't know. The point of this was not really a review. I don't know. The Amazon review said 36 feet away. I need is a test cart for the controller, but I don't have one for SNES. I do have one for NES. Let's see if I can just hit some buttons here. I mean, it's showing, like I said, both the lights are flickering, which is a little annoying, but it's also reassuring, I guess. So I'll just keep hitting pause. Now it's not working. Yeah, now I'm not getting anything. Oh, it went out of sync. What the hell? Out of order, maybe. Yep. No, it doesn't want to sync at all. That should make it sync. But it doesn't want to. Same problem as before, man. I really don't know what makes that thing start to blink. Holding it down does not make it come on for whatever reason. Last time I got to come on, I wasn't doing anything different. Okay, wow, all of a sudden it's connected. I don't know, but so far I'm not impressed with connectivity. Ease of connecting it, as well as continue connectivity while playing. I'll just keep hitting pause and unpause here. Walk away. I'm probably, I'd say a good 15 feet away right now. Okay, I just moved to maybe 20 feet, and I'm blinking. Yeah, lost connectivity. Lost sync. Anyway, screw that. I don't care. We'll work on that later. But right now, I just want to dig into these and see if I can make it work with a Nintendo. Okay, I've never designed and taken anything to market before, but I can definitely tell when something was not designed very well. Took it apart and immediately figured out what the other person was talking about coming in here and putting hot glue on stuff. The wires, or I should say the pin sockets that are inside of the plug, just slide in and out. Pretty useless. I think that's what they were talking about putting super glue on. I can tell why. But it was mated together fairly nicely, and it looks like the holes line up, except they're upside down, so it's possible they just screwed up when they were putting this thing together. You know, I mean, the holes are lined up perfectly where they could just solder those pin sockets right to the board. And why they didn't, I don't know. But maybe they got it upside down where they had to put the wires on there instead. But you can tell by looking at the rest of the board, it's not well made, not well put together. There's a lot of gunk all over the board, and the soldering's not exactly top notch, but not the worst ever either. And I can't really make out a lot of circuitry since we got these glop tops here. Obviously this is our transceiver board right here. But since we have our wires for the plug, the controller plug, it's quite likely all we need to do is solder wires from a Nintendo controller plug to the same places, being the same wires. All I have to do is find a pinout for a Super Nintendo and Nintendo controller, and hopefully just solder 4 or 5 wires onto this board right here, and I can get the whole thing to work on a Nintendo. Shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, quick look through my box of controller parts, and I found a cord in there that is basically chewed to shit in several places. But it looks like towards the plug end I've got at least a couple feet here of really good cord. I'm sure I don't need that much, so I might give it about a foot here. Get rid of the rest of that. And just strip off some of it here. Okay. So, basically, 5 wires. Let's see, white's 5 volts, yellow's clock, brown is ground, orange is strobe, sometimes called latch, and red is data. Same on the Super Nintendo, except this thing does not have the same colors. But I do have a pinout that shows, let's see, black would be ground, obviously, red data, yellow latch, so those are similar, blue clock, and then purple 5 volts. So we'll give that a go. Strip these. Didn't get one of them. There we go. Stripping these is always a pain in the ass because it's not a nice solid wire. Put a little flux on it. Make it easier to tin. Trim them down a little bit. The ends are just like, it's almost like it's foil copper wrapped around some kind of thread or something. Very lightweight. It's crap, basically. Okay. Brown ground. That's awesome. I'm not worried about making this look super pretty or anything. Let's see. White was 5 volt. That should be extreme other end. Okay. And we should have yellow, orange, red. I'll just leave it like that. Plug it into a Nintendo and see if we can get it to work. Okay, I was wrong about the colors being the same between them, except brown is still ground and white is still 5 volts, but red is clock. Should be power, then clock. Okay. Strobe or latch. Orange. And data yellow. So red and yellow are switched. Strange. Anyway, I tried plugging in, all I got was a white screen. So it really messed it up. Anyway, let's try it again. Okay, I've got it hooked up. I've already tried it, it works. As you just see, I just have a short piece of Nintendo controller cord soldered to the board. But once again, the biggest pain in the ass is just to get the damn thing to sync. I mean, I don't really understand how I keep missing it. It seems so obvious. but I mean, it just never works for me. All of a sudden it's just synced. I can never get the receiver LED to just blink. Supposed to hold start and select on the controller, so it blinks, and then push and hold the receiver connect button, but it never comes on. I just keep playing with it, and eventually it'll act like it's connected. And I won't even know why. Definitely the biggest complaint so far. Now I'm blinking. I don't know why. There you go. Now it's connected. Whatever. Okay, so select, up, down, both work. Start works. But A and B are not the same. Y is B and B is A. But as far as I can tell, it's fairly responsive, but maybe not perfect. Yep, I just lost connectivity. It's not blinking right. And it's possible my batteries are not super new or fresh. I can sure test that real quick. .55 volts. 1.56 volts. So yeah, obviously the batteries are brand new. So anyway, fairly easy mod for wireless NES controllers if you can freaking figure out how to make them connect properly. I got the receiver rapid blinking, but it's not one to hook up to the controller. That was supposedly exactly what it's supposed to do to connect, and that's just not. Ridiculous. Receiver on, controller on, blinking already. Now it's blinking. Hold, hold. Both rapid blinking. Not seeming to want to connect. Ugh. This is super irritating. ridiculous. Still not wanting to connect. I don't get it. Ugh, nothing. Right there, it should be connecting up, and guess what? It's not doing. So now it's blinking right away now. It wasn't doing that before. I don't even know why. See, now the receiver's already blinking. Now I turn the controller on. Hold start set. Grab the blink. Hold connect. Grab the blink. Nothing. That's wildly irritating. Ever since I lost connectivity, I can't get connection at all. There are a few electrolytic capacitors on here. It's like one 100 microfarad and two 10 microfarads. It says you only have to connect them one time and then never again. I'm sure as hell not getting that. I didn't do that. There we go. Now it's connected. Let's see how long it stays connected this time. Lost connectivity, looks like. What the hell happened? Nothing, again. These things are crap. I was really hoping that was going to be an easy wireless mod, but from what I can tell, these things are not worth having. Now they're both rapid blinking, now nothing. Once again, I cannot get connection. Yeah, this just ain't gonna work. Well, I don't think I really want to pursue this much further unless somebody can tell me what's up with this connectivity problems. I mean, I wasn't expecting the world for 20 bucks, but I mean, I'm not even close to its full distance between receiver and controller. And I'm not getting connectivity the last 3 minutes. And then once it loses connection, can't get it back. Well, shit. That could have been a nice wireless, easy wireless controller for people, but just doesn't want to work. I'm pretty sure it was losing connectivity even when I was using it on the Super Nintendo, so it's not something I did. Well, I'll have to chalk that one up for controller fail.